is as a black person, you got to know this country was not made for us. This system was not made for us. These educational institutions were not made for us. Neither was the medical field, neither any field you know in this country was it made for us. Um, and you know what? The truth is, you can't really escape that. Like, you're not going to be able to escape the fact. And this is what I've come to realize, that eventually you're going to have to build a tolerance for um, North America. Like, since it's been made very evident that they are not willing to endorse a plan, as much as they preach their integration and they practice separation, and ironically also too that racism that involves those go back to Africa kind of impressions. You have to realize that at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm sure you know this. um, Black people are very rare, and I'm speaking about like black people. I'm talking about your noble black leaders who actually feel the problems of the community, who have passion to solve those problems. Okay, and you, for the most part, whether regardless of their race, you're still going to be around people who have indoctrinated white philosophy, white politics, and white culture, because that is the norm of North America, right? And anything that is outside of that norm is seen as abnormal or strange. And in some cases, it has cost people their life and everything they know. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, in relation to just society and code switching, you kind of have to figure out a way to develop a tolerance for the situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's not that I'm trying to crush your hopes or your dreams, or I want to control your life. I'm telling you, and you gotta believe me, you cannot join them. You cannot go to a white neighborhood and think that you can live peacefully as a black civilian. It's happened, and it has not. It's been attempted, and it does not work. You cannot go for a white woman as long as the white man is in charge of this country. Or at least, should I say, the white people are in charge of this country. You will ultimately lose your identity. And I'm going to tell you this straight up. A white woman born into an economy worth billions does not have any reason to side switch to a black community that has not even built a foundation strong enough to read a textbook. So, with all of this being said, my advice is very, very simple. It's to, first of all, acknowledge that we're not in a good position. Acknowledge that this particular area is in need of desperate attention. And once we do that, the next thing we need to do, and this is crucial, you gotta filter out those middle class, whitewashed, integration seeking black people who have no interest in giving back to the black community, or educating the black community, or furthering the development of the black community, because the statistics show through evidence and nature, these people have adopted white philosophy, and they seek to join white neighborhoods, they seek to join white restaurants. They have done nothing despite the millions of, as a collective, the millions they've earned. If they put that money together and formed a fund for a community, we could buy some land, we could build some homes, we could even build some stores, and even some opportunities for our children. But these people keep the money within them so they can buy clothes for the white people, and so that they can impress the white people. And I'm not in a position to tell people how to use their money. My only thing is, do not take on the assumption that you are black if that is the case, because sadly, I will not tolerate it. These people are holding the black community back, and it really is a shame. It really doesn't work when you put yourself in that type of position, right? So at the end of the day, focus on what you need to do. Just understand that you need to You being here, acknowledging there's a problem, and working on something that you really like to do is more than enough to actually help with the cause and to develop a situation that can bring about a positive change, right? You are simply just initiating a moment of inspiration, just like your favorite um, idols. I don't want to say idols. Just like your role models in the arts industries, okay, or maybe perhaps even in your family. You take that initiative to encourage other black people to get up and do for themselves what it is that they're waiting for America to do for them. It's a long wait if you truly think America's just going to wake up one day and say, you know what, um, we're going to help this cause. I'm not saying everybody's like this. I think there are some people within the American society who have definitely done their best to help the cause, and I do believe that their help is highly beneficial, and I'm just hoping that we can kind of understand what serves our community and what doesn't, right? I think once you truly understand that, you know, the problem is rarely outside, but more often within the people who supposedly run our communities, within the people who have a say as far as the development of black culture and black growth is concerned. Through this, I believe you have to ultimately learn the importance and just the overall dynamic that and the circumstances that come with just being focused, and the reality of what we have to face, okay, as things have been very interesting, you know, as in terms of the developments. You can see it everywhere you go, even on social media. Black people are waking up, and not just black people, but other races too. Even some white people, to be fair, are coming to the realization that, hang on a second, does why did we do this? But that's enough about other people. I think we need to focus on us and the problems we have. The problem we have is straight up within our community. The influence we've had growing up, the people who we have representing us now, and most importantly, like I keep telling you, the integration seeking whitewashed people who beg us to put on a white face and a white image and attend white schools because they believe we're getting a better education. If that doesn't preach racism within your own kind, then I don't know what does, because truthfully, we don't have any sort of solution for our people besides what we have been taught by this country and ultimately North America, right? And by the people who told us that we are actually inferior due to the color of our skin. So this is the realization I'm trying to bring you to, that eventually you are going to have to really grow up and understand that it's time to leave that way of thinking alone, right? Let them think however they want to think of us. You know yourself. You know what you've been through. You know what you're doing to provide for your family and to improve your life. It doesn't matter what people do and what they say, okay? I'm not telling you to go out there and break the law. I'm telling you to abide appropriately. I'm just simply trying to let you know that there's a difference between acknowledging that something's true and trying to completely fabricate it in an attempt to work towards the same political approach that white people have used, which has indoctrinated and hurt and harmed and taken the lives of many black people. So come to that realization and recognize that eventually you will overcome some of those situations. For as long as you remain evidently aware of the fact that you don't have to be living like this, okay? You can simply run your own company. You can educate yourself online too. You can go to college. There are many programs, there are many certified programs that allow you to actually take on a university level, or should I say an equivalent level of post-secondary education. If you go online, for instance, you'll see many books written by universities. You'll see lectures by universities. You'll see certified programs by universities, right? That there's a way to get yourself into this position, right? And there are multiple ways, right? I'm sure you are very capable of understanding that it's not over just because they say it's over, okay? It's over because they don't want you to adopt the idea of hope, right? Because they know that's what got us through these circumstances in the first place, right? It was the idea that we could unite and develop a sense of hope and leadership, and I think that is exactly how you eventually grow up and you realize that this is it. This is the only life you're gonna get, and I mean it. And that's not to scare you. You got a lot of life to live. You got a lot of life, man. Trust me. The thing that's taking you, that will affect your life, is not living how you want to live because you're afraid of how society will look at you. All right, people are gonna speak about you regardless. They're gonna have things to say regardless of what you believe or what you know, right? So at the end of the day, do your best. Do your absolute best. Focus on the things that truly matter in your life. Start at home. Start with a simple book. All right. Start with a simple way of just transforming. Think of an idea. Just use that opportunity. Use it.